Hey, Tom here with Hilltop Machine Works. It is a nice, beautiful fall day. I'm going handheld, so it's going to be a little shaky. But we're going to take a road trip. I figured I'd bring you guys along. So anyways, the plan is we got to get over to the metal recycler slash scrap steel yard and pick up another piece of this. I've got piece of 1/2-inch plate there loaded up. I'm gonna take it over to my buddy's shop, and I need to get another piece about that size. So basically what I want to do is I've been looking for some cast iron legs for my Arbor press that I picked up. Unfortunately everybody wants an arm and a leg for them. So my plan is to get these two pieces of 1/2-inch plate over to my buddy's shop, because he's got a plasma cam, and let him buzz out some nice ornate legs. So follow me along. We'll do a road trip, and it'll be a good time. Well, here we are. We're just pulling in. I'll give you a little shot here. Alright, so we just left the metal recycler. Got me a piece of 2 by 3 by 1/2-inch thick plate, and then also got a piece of hex stock. So now I'm pulling up to my buddy's shop here. See what kind of magic he can work. Alright, so this is my buddy's shop, Chris. He runs Mars Fab. I just called him there finishing lunch, but that's some kind of stuff he does. So anyways, he'll be here shortly, and then we'll go inside the shop. So just pulled back up to my buddy Chris's shop. He contacted me, said the Arbor press legs are buzzed out and ready to pick up. So let's go inside and check them out. It is a cold, balmy, rainy November, so weather ain't too cooperative. I don't know where fall went, but anyways, we'll go in and check them out. Alright, so we're looking inside Chris's shop. This is Chris. He runs Mars Fab. You want to say hey to everybody and tell them what you do?
I'm Chris Marshall, Mars Fab Off-Road.
So this is kind of what the projects he does. And these are the Arbor press legs that he buzzed out for me on his plasma cam, so came out nice. So they're gonna be
heavy.
Awesome.
I look forward to seeing that done. That'll be cool.
So what you're looking at is my 3-ton Arbor press. It's an import. I got it from Inco. Back when Inco existed, before they got absorbed by MSC. Inco used to have 25–30% off sale, and then maybe about once in a quarter they would have free shipping and free freight shipping. So basically anything that they sold, you got shipped free. So that's when I grabbed this Arbor press. It ended up coming to my door for like 137 bucks. I mean, holy cow. You know, hard to beat that. Because originally I thought about building one for the cost of what these things are, you know, for full purchase price and then for shipping. And searching Craigslist, you never find a nice Dake or Grenard that comes on sale for a decent price, especially a big one. I wanted a longer throw so I can, you know, get the ability to broach stuff, so you have it have a lot of nice travel there for the broach to get in there, because sometimes on the smaller presses you don't have that room. And then, you know, if 3-ton won't handle it, then I can just go over to the big 20-ton press. So I think the plan is I'm going to go ahead and break the edges off of those legs that just got buzzed out at Chris's place. And I brought the scraps back, so I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these on the top sides, since it's pretty cool and ornate. And then also maybe a section here or this section here, I'm not sure yet, to use on the bottom leg, just to make sure it doesn't get a little tippy, because you know, one leg is going to be back here, but the other leg is going to be just forward of this, so you know everything will clear, and I don't want it to be any tippy. So I'm thinking about maybe putting something on that leg down the bottom yet. I'm not sure. I'm still going to contemplate. So let me get those legs up here on the welding table and start cleaning them up. Got you here on my do-all. Just cutting these out. Plasma cutter's a 50 amper. It'll kind of sever cut it, but it's not very clean, so I figured I'd just bandsaw them. And the shape of this thing, it won't fit on my horizontal, so just taking my time cutting this out. Well, I'm going handheld, but that's the easiest way to do it. So, got these cut out. This is my setup here. So getting ready to tack welder. Try to keep everything square. Good use of the good old 2x4x6 blocks. Anyway, so that's kind of the side view of her. Let me get out the miller and start getting this thing all welded up. Alright, I got her all welded up. She was a pain. I had to use a ton of different C-clamps and brackets and cant twist to keep this thing from twisting, but she's square from corner to corner, and the legs did not pull in, since I used basically a jack of 2-4-6 blocks and a 1-2-3 block and parallels. So she is kind of hot. I'm going to let her cool down a little bit and then get her on the floor, and we'll go to phase 2. Alrighty, I just got the runners welded in here. I used hex stock to keep the legs stable and spread and where they're supposed to be. So once this cools down, I will go ahead and get her on the floor. We'll take a look at her. Hopefully she's going to be close to square. Alrighty, there's how she sits. I had to grind a couple of the opposing legs down there at the bottom and get the rock out of her. So now she sits good. The plan is to add these basically kind of like gussets to the front of the feet, since the Arbor press is going to be hanging off the front here, obviously about 3-4 inches, so that way, you know, when you press something it can drop through. So basically the front of the leg is going to be right behind here, and when you're yanking on this puppy, you know, keep from it wanting to lift and tilt forward, I figure if we add these, that would be a good way to stabilize it. So let me get some squares on it, clamp down, and buzzed on. So I'm working on the top now. I am going to plasma out. Oh, Sarge is talking. Hey buddy, you on YouTube? Anyway, so I'm gonna plasma this out, and then get it welded to the top. He's talking to me. I guess it's supper time. Is it supper time, Sarge? I can hear you. Okay. Anyways, once the compressor fills up with air, I'll buzz this out and then clean it up, try to get it welded on, and then feed my supervisor over there. Well, the plate is all buzzed out with the plasma cutter, as you can see the shape, and now I'm just knocking out a couple holes. These are the mounting holes for the Arbor press that go on the stand. They're the factory holes. That one right there, and then the other one's over there. So I got 3/4 inch bolts. The hole is a little bit bigger, some sort of odd metric size, I think. But anyways, let me finish drilling the tongue-tied there. Let me finish drilling the last hole, and I'll get it over here and we'll start welding her up. So I got the top fitted on it the way I want it. So time to weld her up here. Well, hopefully you can see that. I just basically just stitch welded her. There's no need to run a continuous bead all the way around the thing, because otherwise I put a lot of heat in it and try to warp that plate. So, alright, let me flip her back. Alrighty, going handheld a little bit. I had these left over, so I figured what the heck, we would kind of go good with the bottom feet stabilizers to add a little extra bracing up there, since that's going to be the overhang of the press. So that's how she came out. This one obviously moved on me just a little bit, darn it, but oh well, it is what it is. She's welded up now. So I'm thinking about making some sort of catch can here, because when you're running the broach through, you know, you've got to catch it, otherwise she's crashing to the floor. So that's what I'm thinking about doing, is fabbing something up, a little brace across here, and then some sort of, like I said, a catch can to catch the broach rods or either bearings or whatever you may press out. So that's the plan. Let me stew on it and figure out what I want to do. Okay, so what I came up with is I plasma cut part of the leftover portions here. This one and this one, there they are. That one's still hot. Letting it cool down. That one ain't bad. So the plan is with that line, and so weld one right here and welding the other one right there to keep in a nice radius theme there. I didn't want to just run a piece of metal straight across. It kind of looks stupid. And then that way the catch can hang right there. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'll bring you back once that cools off and I grind them down to fit. Alright, there she is. Just finished. It's been a long day. Knocking off all the weld boogers, grinding the bad spots down, getting everything smooth. So, getting everything kind of blended in. I am going to wipe it down with acetone and then spray it with this Rust-Oleum I picked up. This is an aged iron. The cap looked pretty cool if this is what it is, so figure we'll give this a shot. So let me wipe her down and we'll get a coat on her. Well, there she is. She is drying right now. Interesting texture. It's starting to look better as it dries. When I first sprayed it, I was like, I'm not sure I'm gonna like this. But so far, it's not too bad. It does spray thick, and I had to go back to the hardware store and grab 2 more cans. So as thick as it sprays, it sure doesn't go very far. So it looks like I'm gonna use 3 cans on this thing, which normally, shoot, you can probably just use 1 can if you're just spraying a color. So while this is drying, we'll go ahead and start working on the catch can that's going to go right here. And And then once it's completely dry, I can flip it over and get a couple of the nooks and crannies and underneath where I could not spray it with this stuff. So anyways, like I said, this is aged iron. It's Rust-Oleum's multicolored textured. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll be durable and hopefully it'll last. So like I said, let's start designing this catch can. Alrighty, let's get to that catch cup. So the plan is, I think I'm gonna make like a half moon cup, and I picked up this piece of scrap that I had in the back. And it looks like it's thin enough, so it should roll out pretty good. I'm gonna try my new slip rollers here, so we'll figure it out as long as I figure it out. So I think I want about a 4-incher. So let's do some math, I guess, even though I was told there would be no math. You ever watch that commercial? That's funny. So if we do 4 inches times pi 3.1459, it gives me about 12.58, and we'll divide that by 2, so that's like about 6.3 inches. Alrighty, and let me go ahead and tin snit this out and get it ready, and then we'll come back and you can watch me try to half moon this puppy. Alrighty, just zip this out, so let's give this thing a try. I think I got the roller set up. That's the first time I'm using this thing. So let's see what happens. Actually, let's see if I'm feeding it right. Maybe you feed it this way. And it is too tight, I guess. Let me play with the settings and then I'll bring you back. Alright, I had to fasten her down so she wouldn't move. I'm playing with the knobs and I kind of figured it out. So this is what I've got so far. And looking pretty good. We're at 4.5. So the back knobs basically just the radius, front knobs with just the thickness of the metal. So a little bit of a learning curve here, but that's what it does in a nutshell. Let's see if we're there. Getting there. It took out 1/4 of an inch. Let's see where we're at now. And we are there. Sweet. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. So let me form the back part now. And let's see, let's get it the right way. So we're gonna bend her. Alright, I had to mark the other side. So this is the bottom. It'll slip in here. Got to fold this over. So don't want to do a bozo here. Hoping it'd make it. Alright. That works. Alright, so get this nice tight lip here. The good thing is my welding table is 1/2 inch thick. Same thickness as the cross member there. So all I'm doing is just kind of bending her under here. And so let's see how that is. I'm probably have to put a piece of 1/2 inch in the vise just to get that radius nice and tight. But let me see how she came out anyway. So that's not too bad. See how she'll slide in right there. Cool. Alrighty, so I just migged her up and then flap disced her down. So that's the catch can right there. Let me clean her up with some acetone and we'll throw some paint on her, and this project will be about done. Well, almost done. Don't really like this lip, the edge the way it is. So I got over here, I got a piece of 1/4 inch and I rolled it to basically the radius of that. So let me get this thing out of here and we'll see if we're good to go. Just go over here. So the plan is, all right, we'll do is weld that lip on right there, and we'll be good to go. Sweet. Well, there's the catch can. Got the nice little 1/4 inch round welded on there, and then cleaned her up and put some paint on her. So just let her hang out right now, and I'll probably come back in the next couple of days. I gotta go to work, and then we'll put this thing together, see how she looks. Well, everybody, there she is, all wrapped up. Paint is dry. Got the press on top. So check her out. I thought she came out pretty good. So can't wait to use her. So I hope you guys enjoyed the build, and I appreciate all the new subscribers. And if you like this stuff, give me a thumbs up. And I will have more projects coming up, so stay tuned, and we'll catch you on the next one.